August doesn't creep in, it kicks the door down. Remakes that actually justify themselves, legacies stepping back into the light, and a couple of games that gamble everything on feel. Some launch dates held, a few shifted at the last minute. All of them are making noise for different reasons. You don't need every headline, just the ones worth your weekend. Let's make your short list. If you've had Lost Soul Aside on your watch list for years, this is finally the month that stops being a trailer and starts being a commitment. The pitch is simple, character action flash without the bloat, a world that looks like it was polished with a microscope, and combat that rewards instinct as much as planning. You're chasing after family across a reality that's been cut and stitched by a dimensional invasion, and the game wants you moving like a rumor. Fast, hard to pin down, a little dangerous. Here's what keeps it interesting. Spectacle fighters live or die on animation feel. If the startup, hit stop, and recovery don't sing, everything else breaks. The team pushed the launch to August 29th for polish, which tells you where their head is at. That extra time usually means fewer rough edges when you're chaining dashes and cancels at full speed. It's PS5 and PC day one, and the real conversation will be whether it's just good at being loud or genuinely expressive, one of those combat systems you think about when you're away from the controller. We'll find out together at the end of the month, but August isn't only about reflexes. Some of us want to stare at a map until 2 a.m. and tell ourselves it's strategy, not insomnia. Endless Legend 2 was supposed to slide in with a limited early access on August 7th, expanding a month later. Then Amplitude changed the plan. Early access is now September, with a demo in early August so you can kick the tires without buying in. That sounds small, but for this studio it matters. They build games where one minor balance tweak can flip the whole meta on its head. Better to tune once and earn a clean first impression than tumble into a month of hotfix roulette. Why should you care? Amplitude's factions don't just wear different skins. They break rules other strategy games treat as sacred. You pick a people, and suddenly food isn't food. Borders don't behave, and the best opening is the one nobody expects yet. The sequel promises the same asymmetric bite with a stronger on-ramp, and that's the sweet spot. Deep enough to drown in, readable enough to enjoy the swim. When the demo lands, try something you wouldn't usually pick just to see how far the design will let you wander. Then, in September, you can decide if it earns a place in your rotation. Of course, not every August release wants your whole evening. Some are built for 20 tense minutes that feel like a dare. There's a different kind of buzz around Bendy. Lone Wolf. It's not just a new entry, it's a replacement. A top-down roguelike that takes the bones of Boris and the Dark Survival and rebuilds the body. That's gutsy. On August 15th, it drops across PS5, PS4, Xbox Series /1, Switch, and PC, with stronger combat, a harder mode, and a clearer arc, while the Ink Demon plays hide and not seek. The clever part? Owners of the original Boris get upgraded into Lone Wolf on Steam, meaning the old version versus new version debate has a built-in audience. This style of horror doesn't try to knock you out, it tightens a vice and waits. A single bad route or a greedy grab can flip a run from "I got this" to "I'm running on fumes" in seconds. That tension works in short bursts, and roguelike structure multiplies it because you're always 2 rooms from safety and 1 mistake from losing everything you just earned. If you like your scares smart instead of cheap, keep the 15th open. Meanwhile, the arcade kids are about to eat. 2 classics come back for very different audiences. First, The House of the Dead. 2 Remake lands August 7th on Switch and PC, with PlayStation and Xbox versions following later. On Switch, gyro aiming does what it says on the tin. On PC, proper light gun support gets you closer to that 90s muscle memory. The magic of rail shooters isn't about walking around, it's about reading patterns, snapping to targets, and shaving milliseconds off reactions until your brain is doing math without asking you first. The remake promises that same rhythm with modern clarity and shorter load times, and that's really all it needs to do. Then there's Gears of War, Reloaded on August 26, a full remaster of the original campaign with Ultimate Edition content and a bonus act, plus a multiplayer suite targeting 120 frames per second where supported, crossplay, cross-progression, PC XSXS/PS5 at launch. The surprising part is seeing Gears on PlayStation for the first time. The series that taught shooters how to make cover feel like a verb is finally letting new players discover why veterans still talk about gridlock duels like they were legends. If that's the past polished, what about a legend reborn, line by line and frame by frame? Some names never stop ringing. Shinobi. Art of Vengeance brings Joe Musashi back with Lizard Cube and Sega crafting a hand-drawn 2D return that's all about intention. The date is set, August 29th, and the pitch is tight. Sharp parry windows, readable enemy tells, and level design that rewards restraint as much as aggression. Good 2D action punishes panic and celebrates patience. If Streets of Rage 4 is your reference point for Lizard Cube's combat feel, expect that same fair but no mercy philosophy aimed squarely at a ninja's toolkit. It's on PS5/PS4, XSX/S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. What makes this exciting isn't just nostalgia, it's authorship. In an era of endless content, a well-made 2D action game feels like a crafted instrument. You don't consume it, you learn to play it. If Shinobi nails that balance, it'll be the game we keep installed for one more run, long after credits roll. From precision blades to effortless glide. Yes, August even has something zen. Not every memorable game shouts. Sword of the Sea whispers, "Feel this." From the Journey Abzu team, it hands you a hover sword and asks you to carve dunes, surf ruins, and chain momentum, because motion itself is the reward. There's story in there, sure, but the center of gravity is flow, learning how to read the world like a wave and stitching moves into something that looks effortless from the outside and feels earned on the inside. It arrives August 19th on PS5 and PC, and if you're on PlayStation, it joins the PS Plus game catalog on day one. That's the right kind of frictionless. The barrier between curiosity and "I'll try it" disappears, and more people discover a style of game that doesn't score you on kills so much as it scores you on grace. Mid-month palate cleanser? Absolutely, and a good reminder that short can be exactly long enough when the feel is right. But if you want headlines and heat, the final stretch of August and just beyond it goes big. Sometimes the story is the game, sometimes it's the calendar. First, the curveball, Dying Light. The beast is not August anymore. Techland bumped it a few weeks to September 19th to finish polish, balance, UI clarity, animation finessing, the unsexy work that makes everything feel correct on day one. The hook remains powerful. Kyle Crane is back with bursts of feral strength that flip the night from terror to opportunity without making you untouchable. It's still PC/PS5/XSX, still co-op chaos, just landing after the month ends. Consider it an early fall anchor. Second, the classic Metal Gear Solid Delta. Snake Eater hits August 28th on PS5, XSX, S, PC, rebuilding a stealth icon while promising respect for the original layouts and survival loop. Expect modern controls, new visual muscle, and heated debates about where faithful ends and safe begins. Pre-order editions even add early access windows and extras, but the core question is simple. Does it feel like Snake Eater in your hands? If yes, welcome to a very loud love letter. Finally, the prestige pick, Mafia. The Old Country drops August 8th on PS5, XSX, S, PC, taking the series back to a tighter, story-first structure set in early 1900s Sicily. This isn't a collectathon, it's a crime drama that wants every mission to matter. Official word names the date, that's August in a sentence. Comfort and courage. The comfort of design you already trust. Gears tuned up, House of the Dead 2 with modern polish, Shinobi done by a studio that respects timing more than spectacle, and the courage of games built around a single idea. Flow in Sword of the Sea, expression in Lost Soul aside, narrative control in Mafia. The calendar did its part, now it's your call. If you're here for story, you know where to start. If you chase mastery, you've got Blades and Beasts waiting. And if you just want to feel something new in your hands, there's a hover sword with your name on it. Drop your pick below and tell us why. The best comment gets pinned, and if we missed your must play, we'll shout it out in the next roundup. Subscribe for September's list. We'll keep it crisp, current, and worth your watch.